Donna Slaughter's devotion to her man will lead her down a similar path. England native Donna Brimble has always struggled to fit in because of a developmental disorder.
Donna's got cerebral palsy, and she walks with a real strong gait. She has trouble keeping her balance without the use of a cane.
Cerebral palsy is a neurological where people have abnormal brain development, and it causes a lack of coordination of muscles and movement.
With a strong support system behind her, Donna does the best she can to live life to the fullest. But she wants more.
Her family wasn't wealthy. However, they were able to make certain that Donna had any and all of the things that she needed. But she wanted to be like anybody else. She wanted to have a normal life. She wanted to love.
By the time she's 30, she can no longer ignore her. With few friends and no romantic relationships, she gives online dating a try to find that special someone.
This is the way for her to open up her life and her world to other people, because she wasn't going to have that opportunity at home.
And it's not long before a 23-year-old American man from Delaware named Slaughter contacts her, and she's immediately taken in by his charms.
They talked with each other, and they even exchanged pictures, knew all the right things to say.
Donna was starving for attention, and no one ever talked to her in that way before. Therefore, it was something that was gratifying to her.
The pair talk daily, and Donna reluctantly admits she doesn't work because of her cerebral palsy. But Jason doesn't seem to mind. In fact, he wants to come clean about his own past and have no secrets between them.
I have something to tell you as well.
Jason told Donna that he was bisexual. Told her, "This is no longer who I am. Because of you, I want to be with you. I'm in love with you." So that's making her feel even better as a woman.
But what she doesn't know is that her new love has more than one secret. He's actually an ex-con with a criminal record who lives off of his petty scams.
Jason would take out renter's insurance, and later, after a month or two, vandalize the apartment, write messages all over the building, and file claims with insurance companies. Jason was a master manipulator.
After a few months of chatting back and forth, Jason insists they meet in person, and Donna jumps.
When you already have a physical limitation, you feel like nobody wants you, nobody will love you. This may be my only chance so let me grab it and hold on to it for dear life. She decided she was going to leave the UK, come to the United States.
She met Jason in Delaware, and he was everything she thought he would be, especially in her fantasy world. And they got along just great, so in her mind, it was the perfect union.
And now that Donna's found a man, she's willing to do his bidding and destroy anyone who comes between them.
Teamwork, let's go.
She was completely devoted to him.
She's going to go through the fire for and with her man.
After meeting the love of her life online, Briton Donna Brimble can't believe her luck when she finally lays eyes on Jason Slaughter in person in Delaware. And he's everything she had hoped for.
There had not been boyfriends in the past, and nor was she ever really with anyone else.
Donna had cerebral palsy. She was frail. She walked with a cane. And here comes Jason. He's sexy. He's good looking. He's telling her, "I will love you. I will be with you, despite your physical limitations."
After making love for the first time, Donna is on cloud 9 and even more committed to him.
I believe she fell hard and completely, unconditionally in love with Jason Slaughter.
In healthier relationships, we see that it's not just about the sex, but it's about emotional intimacy. So this is everything that Donna wanted, and therefore, for her, that was the optimal relationship, emotionally and sexually, and having both together.
So when Jason asks her to marry him after only a few days, she accepts without hesitation.
Out of all the women in the world, He wanted her. He loved her. But I think for him, she represented someone who was a means to an end.
Just months later, the couple marry at a Delaware courthouse, and Donna never sets foot in the UK again. All she cares about is being Mrs. Slaughter.
She lost contact with her family, all of her support. She was all in with her relationship with Jason.
To start their new life together, Jason rents them a quaint little house in Mock, Georgia, just a couple hours south of Atlanta. With a population of 1,600, they have all the privacy they need as newlyweds.
You're not gonna have the nosy neighbors. The next person maybe 5, 10 acres away.
As the two settle in, Donna's joy is only matched by her love for Jason.
I'm sure it was going really well. You know, you're a new couple. I'm sure they were incredibly happy for a while.
Although within a few months, it becomes clear that without a steady income, they're going to sink deeper into debt.
Jason's not working, but he has some savings from previous jobs, maybe some previous scams, some other things. He has a savings account built up. That's starting to dwindle down.
And Donna can't help but notice Jason spending more and more time online. But she has no idea he's suddenly searching the internet looking for someone who might be able to pitch in and doesn't let gender stand in the way.
So he was initiating new relationships with other people.
And comes across the dating profile of a 21-year-old man named Michael Hagel. He can tell right away the young man is in need of some TLC and decides to reach out to him.
Michael is somebody who lives in St. Louis, but his family is not a fan of the homosexual lifestyle.
Not only is he lonely, but just like Donna, Michael has a disability that makes him insecure.
One of his legs was longer than the other, had surgery with a hip implant. He was getting a disability.
They corresponded back and forth, and they became friends.
Jason was a troll, how to pick the right people who are vulnerable emotionally, physically, and sexually, and those were the people he targeted on.
Believing her husband can do no wrong, Donna turns a blind eye to Jason's new friend, even when he visits him in Missouri.
Whether there was intentional ignorance on Donna's part, we don't know.
After just a few months, Jason tells Michael he's in love with him and asks his new boyfriend to move in with him in Georgia. Michael, believing he's met someone special, jumps at the chance for true love, just like Donna did before him.
Michael had detached himself on volition from his family. And so he was more than willing to take Jason as a person who he would welcome the affection and the love from.
That spring, Michael packs his bags and makes the 700-mile trek from St. Louis, Missouri to Mock, Georgia. Jason tells his wife he's invited Michael to be their roommate to help with their bills, and she couldn't be more thrilled.
Wow, looks great.
Jason was quick to explain it away. He's financial income. He's a supplement to their income. So any red flags for her?
But when Michael gets there, he's shocked to find that Jason doesn't live alone, but instead is married to a woman.
Jason is telling him, oh, you know, Donna is just here because she wants to have her citizenship. There's nothing going on with us.
But to be sure Donna's feelings don't get hurt, he asks Michael to keep their romantic relationship a secret, and he agrees.
Okay, all right, yeah, all right.
Spin. He's got both of them wrapped around his finger, neither one knowing about the other.
The three form an unconventional family, with Jason at the helm, and no one disputes it.
Donna and Michael basically came under Jason's wing because he was a master manipulator. But more than anything else, he isolated them from their families, whereas now he became the only one, the alpha.
But within a few months, Donna notices the two men in her life spending a lot more time together without her.
Donna kind of gets hips to the fact that a lot of the times it's kind of Jason and Michael over here together and they're leaving me out.
And that had to gnaw at her and had to destroy the feeling that she was the only one who Jason cared about.
In an effort to soothe his wife's insecurity, Jason tells her he's going to take out an insurance policy on himself and Michael, so she'll be taken care of if anything happens to them.
Michael Hagel's policy made Jason the beneficiary of $500,000, whereas the policy that was on Jason's life made Michael the beneficiary of only $25,000. So you can see what was going on there.
Once the documents are signed, Jason tells Donna what he really has in mind.
Take him out, and then we collect the money.
And with her help, not only will they not have to worry about money for quite a while, but it will be just the two of them together forever.
Jason simply tells Donna, I want you to shoot him in the back of the head. Will you do that for me, honey?
In Mock, Georgia, Donna's husband, Jason Slaughter, takes out a life insurance policy on his male lover, Michael Hagel, and asks his devoted wife to kill him.
In her mind, this was a way to get rid of a rival. This was her way just to be alone with Jason. She was enamored, she was in love with him, she would have done anything just to be with him.
So it doesn't really take much to convince Donna to go along with his scheme. She's thrilled to be back in her man's spotlight.
Donna thought that Michael was a threat. There was also a need for money. And she was so much in love, I guess, with Jason that she would do anything for him.
She has no idea that what she's agreed to do will cost her everything.
Donna was willing to do whatever she needed to do for him, even murder.
The next afternoon, Donna quietly loads one of her husband's guns and conceals it in the perfect place.
She hid it in the laundry basket because she was pretending to be doing laundry. She snuck behind Michael while he and Jason were playing video games.
Donna looks over at Jason and takes a deep breath. She knows she can't turn back now.
She pulled the gun out, pointed it in the base of his head, and shot him.
Michael is killed instantly.
Come on.
Without hesitating, the two roll his body into a large plastic bin to avoid any more unnecessary blood on the floor, just like they had prearranged. Then, as Jason's done in his past rental insurance scams, they write racial and sexual epithets on Michael's skin using a bold black marker, hoping it will throw off police.
They ended up putting KKK, hell, and gay verbiage on his body to make it seem like a hate crime.
To seal the deal, they beat him in his arms and legs.
The body was hit with a hammer, but maybe like he was in a brawl or a fight.
She was under his spell. So by getting rid of Michael, she was proving to Jason that she was worthy of his love.
The two anxiously wait until nightfall and then load the plastic container with Michael's body into the back of their red truck. They drive 30 miles away until they find the perfect spot to dump him.
It was a rural road out in the middle of nowhere. Michael's body was just laid on the side of the road, like a piece of garbage that was thrown from a car.
On their way back home, husband and wife throw any evidence, including the gun, into a trash dump site along the way.
They come back to the house and bleach it completely.
All that's left to do is wait for Michael's body to be found so they can cash in on the $500,000 life insurance policy.
We're all individuals. We're human beings. Michael was a human being who did not deserve this.
Early the next morning, Michael's body is spotted by a passing school bus.
Some of the children noticed something that was strange. When the bus driver realized what it might be, he called the police.
The Marion County Sheriff's Office responds, and deputies can tell right away that the victim was murdered somewhere else and dumped there.
There was no scuffle. There was no indication of any blood that was there.
There was no identification on the body, so police didn't know who he was.
The only clue they have is a witness who saw a red truck leaving the scene the night before. The police go to the press a few days later about a John Doe whose body has been discovered. Jason sees the announcement on the news and realizes Michael's ID must have fallen out somewhere.
They had to let the authorities know that this was indeed Michael. Otherwise, part of their whole plan would be messed up.
They wouldn't get the money. So it forced them to.
6 days after Michael's body is discovered, Jason decides to risk it and contacts the authorities.
Jason called us and told us this might be a roommate of theirs who was missing.
The master con man is prepared with a story to explain why he hadn't called the police sooner.
Honestly, I think he might be a male prostitute or something.
Jason painted Michael as a male prostitute. So for him to be gone for several days, they didn't think anything of it.
Hoping to find out who killed Michael, police ask Jason if they can come to the house and search his roommate's room, and he agrees. But what investigators find will quickly break the case wide open and show just how devoted a wife can be to her husband.
There were just red flags and whistles and sirens going off.
Nothing was going to stop her from protecting her man.
After killing their roommate, Michael Hagel, to collect $500,000 in life insurance, Donna and Jason Slaughter agree to let police into their home in Mock, Georgia, so they don't seem suspicious. But as the front door opens, investigators have a feeling they're face to face with Michael's killers.
When they went into the house, they were hit with an odor of bleach. Bleach everywhere. And they could tell somebody is serious cleaning up here.
Take a look around.
And further searching has police looking directly at Jason when they uncover that he's been lying about his relationship with Michael all along.
During the search of the room, we see that Michael had love letters, had notes and drawings that depicted his love for Jason.
Something he neglected to mention.
So there's another red flag. And why didn't Jason tell police that there was this relationship? And just all of the story just started unraveling.
While Jason and Donna sit back silently, investigators are disappointed when they find no blood or a murder weapon. But they do find something just as good: motive.
They discovered an insurance policy. And they looked up the policy, and the policy was for $500,000 with Jason Slaughter being the beneficiary.
Final nail is an eyewitness who saw a red truck matching theirs at the dump site. Husband and wife are both taken into custody for the murder of Mike. Once she's alone with investigators, Donna doesn't take long to crack. She quickly confesses to killing the young man while Jason was sleeping.
So Donna just immediately said she did it. And she claimed that in a jealous rage, she shot Michael.
I definitely shot him.
You need to believe me, I shot him. And this is exactly where I shot him. And she pointed to where she said she shot him.
But she never once implicates Jason in the murder.
Jason didn't do anything.
Donna was totally devoted to her husband, Jason. Therefore, it's not surprising at all that she took the full rap for this. She wouldn't give Jason up, because in her life, without Jason, she was nothing.
Although police can't help being skeptical, especially when Donna claims that she got rid of Michael's body all by herself.
Donna said that I did everything, and that didn't fly with the investigation.
When you look at her, you know she could have never dumped that body by herself.
It just didn't add up. But this woman loved Jason so much. Here again, she's still willing to go to bat for him.
It's just what Jason had planned all along. So when police question him, he doesn't hesitate to turn on his wife.
Jason denied involvement in everything. He put it all on her and said, oh, she did this. I wasn't involved at all.
But police don't buy it. And neither does the jury. 2 years after Michael Hagel is murdered, Jason and Donna Slaughter are both tried and convicted of murder, aggravated assault, concealing the death of another, tampering with evidence, and possession of a firearm during the commission of a crime. They are each sentenced to life plus 15 years. Through it all, Donna stands by her man.
We offered to allow her to move to set aside her conviction and testify for the state. and then allow her to plead possibly to manslaughter. She would not bite, but she would not roll on Jason.
She didn't help herself and her own case. She was committed to going down the same path that her husband went down. That's how much she loved him.
This was truly a very symbiotic relationship of someone who wanted to be completely controlling and a person who felt that being controlled gave her some self-worth. And she was willing to pay the price for that kind of a love.